Good evening to all of you, and thank you very much for staying up with us. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, I'm a little disappointed. I didn't hear any of you singing along. So I'm going to need... You were? All right, fine. 2 out of 100 is not a lot, ma'am. We're just going to go by percentages. You're tired, and you knew the words, though, right? Don't argue. You knew better than that. We have a great show for you tonight. In fact, tonight is, without question, my favorite night of the entire cruise. I love last night, a chance to bring out all the big formal style show, but tonight is truly one of my absolute favorites for the simple fact that we are able to turn the stage over to a group of individuals who work so perilously, so tirelessly around the ship. It's unbelievable the amount of effort they put in around the vessel. Whether they are working in the engine room downstairs or helping up with the deck department, or whether they are cooking your meals or serving you your drinks, or of course coming to us from the front office, our Filipino community on board is very tight-knit. It's an amazing community, and they have pulled together to create this show for you. This is not something where we bring professionals in just for the show. These are the hardworking crew members from this ship who've gotten together on their free time to put this together for you because they want to be able to present the sights, the sounds, the cultures of their homeland. We have several different numbers we'll do for you. The first one is called the Maken Dania, and this performance is absolutely fantastic. It is the Spanish ruled in the Philippines for almost 400 years. And as you can imagine, a lot of the Spanish culture seeped into the Filipino culture as well, and it creates some very interesting artistic expression. The first dance you will see is one, like I said, called the Maken Dania, and it is done for visiting dignitaries typically, so it's a perfect way to open tonight's show. So do me a favor, put those hands together. Welcome to the stage our crew with La Maken Dania. Lahota Maken Dania, the castanet dance. Now, the Philippines, if you've not been, I realize some of you have probably been. You were singing along. I'm sure you know where it is then. For those of you, actually, let's do this way. Round of applause if you've been before down to the Philippines. Who's been? Okay. Couple of you. Which means a handful of us have not, well, I have been, fortunately. If you've not been, it is located basically between mainland Asia, down in Southeast, down the Southeast Asia area, and above Australia. So between mainland Asia and Australia, it's right next to Indonesia, Thailand, Siam is Thailand, you know what I'm talking about, right in that area there. All in the same region right there. It is approximately 7,100 islands and 90 million people in that area. And just in the Philippines there. They make up, and we're very fortunate, we have a huge relationship with the Philippines and have had one for a long, long time. Approximately 30% of the Holland America Line employees come to us from the Philippines, which means a lot to us, of course, because we have officially made them the #1 export of their own country. So it is fantastic to have so many of them out here. And with our Filipino crew, of course, we have people in all different corners of the ship that are tremendously talented, doing jobs that you wouldn't necessarily know how talented they are just from the job title. This next individual is a perfect example of that, coming to us from the beverage department and singing a song called Anak, or Child. Please welcome to the stage, GB.
Hello, good evening. How are you? This is called Anak, and I hope you like it. Ang nais mo'y masunod ang layo mo. Di mo sila pinapansin. Pagsisisi sa isip mo'y nalaman mo'y ika'y nagkamali.
All right, let's hear it for Jimmy. Take a bow. Take another one. Perfect. Yeah, take a bow. Jimmy. The next performance we go to is another dance number involving all of our dancers again. And this one is called Pandango sa Ilaw, or the Candlelight Dance. And this is from the island of Luzon, which is one of the larger islands and one of the most populated islands, or populated areas there in the Philippines. And this basically, fishing is a huge cultural staple in the Philippines, obviously. And this is an interpretive dance done. And the wives, basically, the interpretation is the wives would go down to the shore in the evening after the gentlemen had been out fishing all day. And the ladies would take candles with them and would dance with candlelight on the beach so the husbands knew where to come home to each night. So with no further ado, please welcome to the stage our dancers with Pandango sa Ilaw, or the Candlelight Dance. Pandango sa ilaw, or the candlelight dance. Now, as I said, we have talent hidden all over the ship. Before I welcome out the next young lady, though, our next solo singer, I get asked all the time for simple things. They say, oh, we love the crew, we love the crew. We would love to be able to say something simple like, how are you, in their language. So for the Filipino crew, for our Philippine crew on board the ship, in Tagalog, very simple, and you're going to say it with me so we can get it together. The first word is kamusta. Work with me. This is like hooked on phonics. Kamusta. And the second word, kamusta, second word is ka, K-A. So kamusta ka. Kamusta ka. That basically just means, how are you? How's your day? How are you today? And the response will be mabuti. Now, they are not saying my booty. They are saying mabuti, M-A-B-U-T-I. And that's mabuti, and that means I am good. So if I were to look at you and say kamusta ka, you would say, and then in response, you would say to me, mabuti. Good, some of you. Now, that's all it takes, and that's Tagalog. So that's the language spoken in the Philippines. Now, good luck telling which crew members are Indonesian and which ones are Filipino. Like I said, we have talent hidden all over the ship, and this next young lady is absolutely fantastic. She comes to us from the front office, and they are some of the hardest working staff on board, because I tell you what, no one puts up with what the front office deals with on a daily basis and a cruise-by-cruise basis. She's absolutely lovely, and it is a pleasure to have her with us on stage. Please welcome the lovely Grace Shell.
Return to a land called Paraiso, a place where dying river ends. No birds that fly over Paraiso, no space allows them to endure the smoke that screens the air, the grass that's never there. And if I could see a single bird, what a joy. I try to write some words and create a simple song to be heard by the rest of the world. I live in this land called Paraiso, in a house made of cardboard floors and walls. I learned to be free in Paraiso, free to claim anything I see. Matching rags for my clothes, plastic bag for the cold, and if empty cans were all I had, what a joy. I never fight to take someone else's coins and live it feel like the rest of the boys. Paraiso, help me make a stand. Paraiso, take me by the hand. Paraiso, make the world understand that if I could see a single bird, what a joy this dying hunger land could expect. Some truth and hope and respect from the rest of the world. Empty cans are all I have, what a joy. I never fight to take someone else's coins and live it feel like the rest of the boys. joy this time hunger land could expect some truth and hope and respect from the rest of the world. Paraiso, help me make a stand. Paraiso, take me by the hand. Paraiso, make the world understand that if I could see a single bird, what a joy this time and hunger land could expect some truth and hope and respect from the west. And if I could see a single bird, what a joy this time and hunger land could expect some truth and hope and respect from the rest of the world. Thank you very much.
Please help me thank. Don't leave. Take a bow. Take another bow. The lovely, or a curtsy, if you will. The lovely Grachelle down from the front office.
Thank you.
Thank you, my love. You're just going to dream up complaints just to go down to the front office just to see what she has to say. Truly fantastic. Down at the front office again is where you'll find her. Now, this is our second to last big number and my favorite number. From the island of Leyte comes the bamboo dance, otherwise known as the tinikling. Now, there, the farming is the number one culture. There is the number one sustenance. Farming is what they do. They're all farming rice, and they have an ongoing battle, a lifelong war, a war through the ages between the farmers and the tickling storks. These tickling storks, they are long-legged birds that get down and they eat the rice before the farmers have a chance to get it. And so, as you can understand, the farmers are frustrated with these birds and they battle them, and they've battled them for ages. And what they do, how they trap them, how they get rid of them, is they set up bamboo posts, bamboo traps, basically. And the birds come along and step in there, the bamboo snaps shut on the bird's legs, and then I believe the farmers delicately take them and release them in another area, another island, I'm sure, to harass the other, probably the next rice paddy over that's not their own. So anyway, the tickling or the bamboo dance emulates the battle between the storks and the farmers. I'm sure you'll tell right away who is who. I'm not going to lie. Every now and then, the storks get it in this performance. We'll see who wins tonight. Please welcome out our dancers for the tinikling. Sometimes it's the farmers, sometimes it's the storks. Can never be too sure. I was actually just talking to one of the gentlemen backstage, and he said this performance is also done, and primarily it's done now, as I said, to emulate the battle between the two, but it's done to as a ritual to promote good harvest as well. So it's done pre-harvest season to promote good harvest and, of course, to catch as many birds as you can. We have one wonderful performance left for you. And before we do, I would like to thank everybody that participated tonight, and most specifically, one of the gentlemen who really puts it all together, who is an absolute, he's one of the bright spots on board this ship. I'm sure you know him by now, and if you don't, you're about to. Please welcome to the stage from our beverage department, Walter.
Yay! Thank you, Jay. How about Mr. Jason, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you, Jay. Folks, before, you want another song? Do you? Oh, you don't have breakfast tomorrow. We skip the breakfast. Folks, before we give you the song, I would like to bring back all the participants on stage so we can start the song. Come on. Dancers, come on in. There you go. There you go. Folks, as you can see, we are all from the beverage department, from the kitchen. We have from the kitchen, and we have also from the front office. It is who we are. And this show won't be possible without our director, Mr. Rudy, director and producer. There you go. Also, we would like to thank the spotlights and everybody who, and of course, our captain and hotel manager for giving us an opportunity to give you a show tonight. And the song that we give you tonight, the last song, is Ang Bayan Ko, which means my country, maestro.
Ang bayan kong Pilipinas, lupain ng ginto't bulaklak, pag-ibig na sa kanyang palad, nagalay ng ganda at dilag, at sa kanyang lumi at ganda, dayuhan ay nahalina. Bayan ko, binihag ka, nasadlak sa dusa. Ibon bang may layang lumipad, kulungin mo at umiiyak, bayan pa kayang sakdal dilag, ang di magnasang makalpas. Pilipinas kong minumutya, pugad ng luha at dalita, pag-ingat ka, makita kang sakdalayan.
Ang bayan ko, or my country, is a theme song sung by millions of Filipinos during the People's Power Revolution. Joined together to face tanks, guns, and forces of dictatorship, but armed only with flowers, love, faith, and prayers. Without firing a single bullet nor wasting a precious life, we were able to bring back democracy, and we thank God for that. Folks, nowadays, we're about more than 10 million Filipinos working abroad, leaving our homes with the belief that our dreams and our sacrifices will enable us to give our families and our country a better tomorrow. As you can see, we are not professional entertainers. We come from the kitchen, from the bar, from the front office, and from the deck department. We do this because we have to. Got that? No, folks, we do this because we love you. And here on board Westerdam, we say we love you not only once, but we love you 4 times a day. That starts with breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a midnight snack. How about that? Good. Folks, did you enjoy the food so far on the ship? Fantastic. What about our service? Thank you so much. Folks, you've been such a wonderful audience. We thank you for being with us this evening. And we hope you enjoy our show. Good night and God bless.
May layang lumipad, tulungin mo at umiyak. Bayan pa kayang sakdal nila, ang himag na sang mag-alpas. Pilipinas kong binumutya, pugad ng luha at dalita. Aming adhika, makita kang sakdal.
Thank you so much. Good night.